rotate back over here. nieSoW will find the first one to cNed. That's a big victim. ACEND. Actually, you're going to lean back here, and nukkye wisely backing away here. Going to try and throw the paint showing to slow this down a little bit, but they might be able to pass. nukkye will find. Well, you'll find the second as well.
Huge work from nukkye. That's just cut off any plan that ACEND tried to have on this switch up. koldamenta's dead. It's sick work from nukkye and nieSoW. The two players that always catch the headlines start this off perfectly.
Garage here, so gonna get some decent information that I was gonna say ACEND potentially looking to make a play in mid. loWel now needs to hold down the 4, but he does get traded out. Really nice trade there, and pAura, like I said, he did go hunting. Finds himself in a 1v4 now. Expect a potential to upgrade, but look at this, cNed holding out. He's anticipating that very move to come and upgrade this weapon.
Just gonna be policing the weaponry. You can see pAura's just like, please, let me just get that, and I'll go. No, cNed's not gonna let you. So there it is. Answer back and keep that in your back of the mind. If he starts wrapping all this, no. Seeker's come out, sprays in. Oh my word, he shut down all of it. Ultimate's gone to waste. nieSoW now comes around. He's there in support. There's two players, one right, one left. pAura finds the left, and it's nieSoW on the right. ACEND gets shut down. This is a huge wrap coming through ramp. kiles does well to shut down nieSoW, but it's still just two of them on the site. Make it just one. koldamenta gonna be crunched on, and HERETICS. The paciness on this. So that kind of crunch towards B has been met by force, and maybe well read here, I've got to feel. But let's look at this. Still a 4v4 in action. Keep your eyes on the spike, leaning back towards A. But nukkye, out of nowhere, finds kiles. The res gets invested. HERETICS kind of forming back towards 5. And you're right, it's just 10 seconds, and pAura just has to play for the spike plant. He doesn't have to do anything else. Just ensure safety. He's cautious of his own push, and it does come out. I don't know if they've got time on the spike plant. They apparently they do.
Well, actually, yeah, a little bit of a
the UI,
there.
yeah. Wait,
I think they were so close that the UI didn't even know.
Even the UI was like, no, I promise you.
Yeah, they got it.
I just love the fact that HERETICS, the pace changes already. They've had a couple of rounds sitting nice and deep, a couple of bits and pieces thrown out, but already BONECOLD's going to find AvovA. Look at the shutdown. As soon as they step towards the site, HERETICS are so ready for this. Spike's now lost towards B main. That's unrecoverable at this point. It's just cNed and kiles. Now that's a shot. Just snappy as ever is cNed. nieSoW's down. Now a 2v3 between these two. Hey, it could happen.
nukkye's gone all the way through, so they're going to have this information, and actually he might try and reaggress behind them in mid low. Gonna find kiles off screen. He might just catch cNed creeping. Did they see each other? I think nukkye must have seen him, right?
30
I feel like the timing was there. Oh.
Oh no. No, don't do it, nukkye.
nukkye, don't do this. Thank you.
Oh, okay, thank you.
A kindness. Yeah. I was waiting
know
for
what
the...
he was thinking.
Player on the other side towards pillar. There are 3 players still on this side. One of them waiting towards... This off angle is nieSoW. That's such a big off angle too. And the spike has now been noted as well. That's going to be a big find towards middle. That should kind of create a little less of a, I guess, chaotic round for HERETICS to handle. But let's see how this comes down, because there is still kiles and starxo to try and make something happen. You do have AvovA at the back of sight. And
they spotted him.
This gives away the game, but he's trying to buy time. Oh, it's so well done. Absolute perfection under pressure. AvovA unfailing in the biggest moments.
Because the weaponry is so weak.
Inside we go. loWel gets his... cNed just found 2. cNed. Okay, yeah, maybe they don't have an ultimate, but they've got the ultimate player. They can just pour into a site. Seekers go down, and now HERETICS on the back foot. Pressure starts to mount for them. The spike is planted. BONECOLD's there. Gets himself a rifle, locks and load, and is ready. nukkye and pAura called upon on the retake here. TP comes out, and BONECOLD just tries to play a dirty little game, but nukkye's having none of it. A 3v2, it's feasible. koldamenta and starxo unable to get rifles yet. Still on the sheriffs. They do have armor and decent post plants. pAura the first one in. He's got support from behind, but he gets found. No trade there for him. It's nukkye. Look at this play. cNed opens it up, and it's shut down in the end by him. The perfect bookends.
Setup. If ACEND try and creep this out main. See, I'm keeping my eye on the spike, because that is making its way up mid. Yeah, and then you can see nukkye that's going to find it. The counter peek from nieSoW. So good. So good from these two. They find the entry on A, but finally will trade that out. AvovA falls, but they find themselves in a 2v3 now. Spike going to hit this rotate through sewers.
He's got to buy time. He has to just try and buy time.
That's the challenge here, yeah.
He has to slow this down. This is going to go about timing. kiles gets caught off and it's open now. nieSoW's there. And starxo, he knows he's in trouble. The double face. He's trying to find an individual fight and he gets given nothing. And then just doubles in. Res comes out for kiles though, so they're back up to a 5v5 and nieSoW's in a little bit of danger. 10 HP is going to be put on notice, but AvovA bails him out from that pillar just behind. Just keeping him safe, almost using nieSoW as the bait, but he can't capitalize anymore. But loWel can! Out of heaven! Just rains down hellfire from above. And that's ACEND left in tatters. cNed, the last one alive, in a 1v4. Spike is in hand. But there's an off angle for nukkye, just controlling that play towards heaven. Yourself, maybe you can get one. Maybe they're just gonna leap on over him. And oh, just keep it simple, stupid. It's gonna be just straight on in. cNed, there's no, mincing of words here. This is very much to the point. cNed's made it to the back of sight, but nukkye's already found koldamenta, and that's a problem. pAura with the spray through finds BONECOLD. cNed feeling lonelier and lonelier, all on his lonesome now. Dives back in. That's one. That's two. He needs more. He gets more. Three. Oh my word! He's given them a chance. Another 1v1. Make it a 1v2. starxo. cNed. Spike planted. cNed disengaging from the fight, trying to stay alive, keep himself living in this one. Not too much to play with. starxo going to try and lend a helping hand here, but while this happens, loWel's already found koldamenta. So a 3v3 now. That little advantage has been worked away at. But I like the disengage there almost from cNed. AvovA blind as a bat.
Beautiful.
Gets taken down by starxo, who found the first step in the right direction. The trades come out though. Let's look at this positioning coming from HERETICS. You got nukkye backside in towards a cubby, gets contact towards starxo, and now while this happens, unable to spot cNed, so the call couldn't come out. He just beheads loWel, and there it is. A chance has been made. Pillar backside and towards main.
Also getting down. nieSoW actually going to find cNed though. That's a big loss for ACEND. They find themselves in a 3v5. The flash comes through. Going to get too much though. nieSoW immediately responds onto that. koldamenta 1 kill of his own. A second. 46 HP. Not an awful lot left to do, and loWel will clean him up. I mean, HERETICS pull away with a win in this scenario. cNed actually going to creep out mid. There's 3 people waiting. Gets the first 2. loWel and pAura will fall. AvovA eventually equalizes. koldamenta going to pick that up. That's his big win coming out for ACEND now on the back of cNed just creeping mid. Ego challenge almost down towards Sushi. Might actually catch time in here. They do get towards. BONECOLD did second guess it.
Now AvovA, the 1v4 presented. 30 seconds on the board. Looks like someone's about to walk that smoke. Not sure if kiles got vision as he tried to dip around towards pillar. He knows that BONECOLD was towards CT, takes for the fight, and this is not clean as he'd want. And now he's in trouble. 2 players pouring through towards pillar. He's got the first fight coming in, that's one. No conversion, BONECOLD keeps control. And once again, you got to say a bit of a thank you, one to cNed for controlling that play towards middle. He's alive, but now look at starxo. Has so many players potentially coming his way. There is a player on his team towards CT, but koldamenta walks the smoke. He does find nieSoW, nukkye goes down, starxo coming online. 2 big kills. Spike is loose for now. And cNed spots out that final player, but starxo very well handled under pressure there. That flash to deny nukkye was perfect. Going to be an AP, so they're going to leave the Reyna there and just going to cause rotations, cause problems. Those sound cues will come through. starxo knows he's in trouble. That's 1. He needs more. There's 2. Keeps himself alive. Flash goes in. He's buying the time for the rotations. pAura does find him, but cNed now can be called upon. Keep control of this. And now the rest comes out. 13 seconds. HERETICS going wild on this one. And the cross could be watched by cNed. Catches nieSoW, plucks him out of the air, goes back in, spots out 2 more. Calls can be made. And there's nothing more to be done. The time, cNed just makes it look so good. Seekers go in, and once again, force further back. I do like Reyna against it off, but it's starxo still trying to find value. Oh, the adjustment could have been big there for AvovA. If he was able to convert towards koldamenta on towards pillar, that could have been it. And just AvovA wins those fights. Already on the site, Spike can be planted. cNed behind enemy territory as nukkye's caught him. This could be the one that tilts them away as kiles and BONECOLD called upon in these final moments. They need a victory out of this, and they're trying to fight for it, but AvovA again gets such value in the imperative rounds. The TP comes out. That's deep towards back B, and I wonder if that pinch is going to come in. I think starxo's going to check on it, and he does, but he loses his life for it. AvovA slicing them down the middle again, and all HERETICS are doing some dirty work as now ACEND are left with 3. cNed tries to put himself in the middle of this danger. sees nothing yet. The spike is on the way. How patient will he be? BONECOLD starts to investigate, but there is a player down here. Kana just in time. It's falling apart by pieces. And now cNed, he needs to find this. Oh, the timing! He gets caught right in the middle. He still gets one, but this is probably not enough now. Just koldamenta left alive. Rafters, nothing. You can see a little bit of a peek on the side there. loWel, did he spot him? Maybe enough so. Drop down comes in, sound cues made. The first fight was there, but it's AvovA to close, and Heretics pick up map 1. Oh, this could be a read. There is no flank yet either. This is going to be the players who are here. Now let's look at Heretics. Not overly involved just yet. The smokes are still into place. The spike has made it towards the site, and there we go. Plant going to come in. Once again, a 5v5 post plant.
I was going to say, you can see it. They're literally pinging where they know they're going to try and get this plant down. Now, ACEND not pulling all the way back just yet, but the molly's available, 2 snake bites also, so Heretics have to make moves right now.
And they're trying to. RUBINO's found the first bit of cNed to find them right back. Already loWel, though, does find cNed, so that's the danger man gone. The man with the golden touch has been removed, but it's now just nukkye left, and you can see the diligence now from ACEND. This is business for them. He's got himself towards the kind of backside of sight, towards the boxes. And now it's the post plants that are the problem. We discuss this often, how powerful they can potentially be. I wonder how kiles, BONECOLD brings themselves into action, even starxo to a degree. BONECOLD now going to be challenged towards U-Haul, those lamps above. And now kiles tries to buy some time, going to cut off the push. But no, AvovA doesn't care. Walks on through. They did not expect it. And what a surprise. Like venom, just walks on in, 0 care, and starxo. He does it! The smoke criminal backs away, and now he didn't get to halfway. The bait, he doesn't come off it. LOL now sits it, can't do anything. starxo playing it so perfectly, and that's it. nukkye avoiding anything, a little bit of utility, but that's about all you're gonna see. Nothing crazy about this one. There should be a comfy around. They're going to invest the ultimate coming in, but look how close they're playing. RUBINO just going to keep himself tucked down. That's one. Ooh, I believed for a second, but BONECOLD, not much of a believer, it seems. And now just 2, nukkye and pAura, left alive.
Creeping, but starxo posted for this angle. Crosshair placement, easy headshot. nukkye last man standing, a classic in hand, no nade, 1 satchel. Again, anything he gets is a bonus, but it's going to be nothing. ACEND pulling ahead now, 6-0.
On that, pretty sure it's with BONECOLD. kiles trying to secure. BONECOLD, spike. Gonna be double dipped on, and the ultimate's being popped. That starxo gone. This is looking like a shutdown. It's just BONECOLD. Perfection from RUBINO, and I loved the discipline from Heretics as well then.
He's in the owl drone, but I think ACEND, they're gonna come in for one of their dry plants. There you go, loWel to shut that down.
Oh, that's nasty, isn't it? pAura was there so quickly, you were right. He was sitting on that flank in between the 50-50, and Heretics now coming alive here. And yeah, flawless indeed. Perfect play. RUBINO on the site, playing patient, waiting on the perfect time on the swing. 3 kills offered up. Now, keep in mind, cNed is very much ahead of the others. There's that lineup. Hopefully this one is spot.
It's perfect.
It'll do. It will do the job. There it is. It's good enough to force nukkye into bad spot. He does find cNed, so clears out. Is it off? Oh my god, it is off. It landed just a little bit short. He was the one damaging nukkye. And then just fought this. Oh, you've got to check. You've got to check those.
I mean, you can see the snakebite follow-up was bang on the money, but BONECOLD removes some of the pop from ACEND's execution. nukkye gonna get smoked off once again, but he can actually creep the edge of this. This is terrible. Oh no, koldamenta actually tries to jiggle peek it. nukkye will get his second on the round now. He's gonna creep again. He finds his third. nukkye putting this operator to work.
nukkye has been such a controlling factor towards his site. kiles is left to die, and cNed's out of there. He's not wanting any of this anymore. It's over. It's done with. This round is shut down. nukkye, since he got that up, has been putting up rounds for this team. This look coming out from Heretics, these adjustments they're making, even credit to pAura to sit on that rotation until they feel pressure, is perfect play. And there goes the gun, and there goes cNed.
Strategy challenges nukkye off that angle with the Hunter's Fury. ACEND will get in, but this is giving a lot of time for Heretics to come through and reinforce. cNed going to find pAura there. That's a big kill early on. Look at the GP though. AvovA. Oh!
Gets caught by koldamenta, and here we go. 5v4 now. There is still potential in this. loWel is just pressuring everywhere. They're trying to hold the line though. Time beginning to dwindle. Oh, the shot for starxo is so good towards nukkye. Now loWel, pAura, and RUBINO still trying to play this one out. koldamenta starts to get a little closer to this. Make sure he can hold maybe the crossfire here. Here's the spike being touched, and he says, no, get off this. You are not getting it again. This now. Now, he aggresses to the corner. What? AvovA outdoes him. That's going to sting. koldamenta can't do anything about this. Spike plant for showers. Heretics have this on wrap. Look at this. ACEND look a little baffled as to what to do. That wall has changed up the plan here.
Indeed. And they can sit behind this. Probably another 20 seconds or so on it breaking. cNed actually going to come right over the top of Spike Cam. Actually going to reveal away his position. BONECOLD will find one, but now Heretics can kind of reset. I mean, they can play this from short. And look at it. The setup, the readjustment is perfect from Heretics.
Heretics are doing real nice. Now, BONECOLD this time does get one with a molly.
Now he can sit back on the trap wires. And look at Heretics stacked up once again in showers.
Yeah, pAura just going to power on through. cNed. Going to be the big challenge. That's a little style to it, but it's kiles there. nukkye, though, doubling down on this is wild. Oh, that's good work, but it's still kiles, 20 HP now. Just about gets out of there. Gets himself a rifle, too, for all that trouble. Where's starxo in all of this? Okay, up towards heaven.
Yeah.
One enemy
Over here, yep. Freebie. starxo. Thought sleeping, at least looking towards.
Again, I'm keeping my eyes on Cypher, because this might be a bait play. It is. He's going to offer himself up to the cause. Take TP at best, die at worst, but it should keep the players present, but it doesn't. starxo now has to fall away from this. Flash gets caught. Ultimate gets used. AvovA has to try and dip out. He stays alive. Now time. 12 seconds on the board. That spike is just about crossing now. starxo wants to catch the walls in the way. Still sprays in. The body block comes in. AvovA will die for the cause, but BONECOLD rips it away. And now we're just down to two, nukkye and loWel. And nukkye's found one. The trade comes out towards loWel, and now just nukkye left in the 1v4. No more, as BONECOLD will find it and puts himself in prime position to save ACEND here. I'm ready to just hit this A site. starxo's going to find nothing. Timing's going to be a factor. cNed's walking this. cNed has walked out of showers. He's continued forward. He's got AvovA. But can he get out of here? The smoke wall's up. Now BONECOLD's going to see one flying through. So information found. Ultimate popped. No damage done just yet. But BONECOLD catches nukkye in the middle of no man's land. This is now scary times for Heretics. None of those opening forays have worked. They've been held back perfectly.
As well. Heretics still looks as if they're going to try and force their way onto this. Way goes out. Actually blocked by that. Blocked the recon there. The wall's going to get invested on. pAura actually going to fall to koldamenta. Two well-placed shock darts there. RUBINO, though. Get that, but cNed's still a threat. Still that operator in hand. Actually going to hit the rotate. kiles got a lot to do to defend. No snake bites left. Just above half capacity on his smokes and his wall.
No charges left for you.
I mean, they've left this a little late. They're waiting on that heal to come through, but that gives plenty of time for this rotation to come through. And the spike's going to fall. 10 seconds now. loWel's just got to play his life. cNed going to clean it up.
Look, I want to favor Europe, but I'm a little worried about some of these compositions against it. However, for now we're into the round, and it was a bit of a mixed bag coming up from Heretics. A couple of rifles, but not that much. kiles is still there, so finds AvovA. Good trade comes out from loWel. That's going to be the res online. Back up and out of nukkye, but straight back to the grave. Gets to merely see it for a second. And ACEND put double digits on the board. You can just spam that out if they have to, if they feel there's a plan, or they break the wall. It's not infallible, but cNed might be. Finding loWel, finds another three. They can't handle him. He's still around. He's got his ultimate. Maybe doesn't even care, doesn't even need it. koldamenta did find pAura, so it puts it all in the hands of RUBINO. Left in a 1v2. Spots out one. Makes the mad dash with the spike.
He's gambling.
Still here. kiles is still here. We won't check on this. RUBINO's knife out. That's a problem. It's a mistake, and it's a fumble that will cost them another round. A couple of dicey rounds, but it's been... Oh, the timing. The timing's awful. The timing is awful. I hate it. And now here we go. nukkye gonna just keep that pace up, though. Finds another. koldamenta does find loWel. Okay, here we are. nukkye, what can you do from this? Oh, no one's there.
There are a lot of space that will give them sight at least. Now,
Spike planted.
oh, cNed going another one of these little hop-ups. He found it!
God!
nukkye falls. RUBINO down to a lick of HP. He's going to wallbang pAura now, 25 HP, getting hunted. Has to deal with the recon. starxo gonna close it out. And just when you think Heretics are gonna get themselves that round on the board, ACEND strike back. No, 2 away from Hunter's Fury, so I think really gonna come online here. Kiles actually gonna shut down nukkye. Another challenge into hooker. Kiles. Okay, loWel actually, yeah, gonna find starxo. He tried to follow up on his Seekers, but can't get anything done there, so.
But look at the spike, RUBINO, hold on. If RUBINO dies, the spike gets lost. This is what I'm waiting on. RUBINO has to just play so... Oh, he's got tagged. cNed knows he's there somewhere. They're just playing the mad game of the smoke. RUBINO gets out, makes a mad dash for it. He's made it away.
Wow, the wall down in showers there. koldamenta's actually going to slip all the way out from heaven. That's a big kill. Big kill. koldamenta and kiles now find themselves in a 2v3. AvovA going to try and charge this down. Another one. koldamenta wins it. He's going to swing out. He's going to try and challenge on. He punishes. RUBINO falls too.
Questions just ring through my mind about some of these challenges, and now pAura put into a dire position.
Oh my god.
What on earth just happened, Hypoc?
On actually having a more traditional sentinel. cNed actually going to catch pAura sleeping there, but not anticipating a second. RUBINO will trade it back out. ACEND now find themselves in a 3v4. Meanwhile, Heretics, well, nukkye at least, going to stomp all the way up through B's site, and RUBINO will find his second now. starxo also trying to come through lobby, and koldamenta thrown in the mix. Why the hell not?
Oh, koldamenta! They're reading this, but look at this wrap from koldamenta. Could catch the omen if the timing's just right. Let's see if they check it. Oh, the timing's not quite there. koldamenta at least gets the trade and pulls in a 1v3. Still super difficult, but he's giving it a damn good go. He knows the position of RUBINO, but the rest is somewhat unknown. Isolates nukkye and is desperate for this kill towards window, but it's not being provided. And now the time's a problem. The spike is perfectly planted for that window position, and waiting patiently was loWel. No starxo now knows he's under threat, but it's going to be kiles towards the site. One spotted towards long. Good control on that. Finds AvovA, starxo as well. And here comes cNed, just gives it out for free. Ooh.
Oh, and still hits that shot, Lauren.
He's still here. Like, look at this crossfire. He's kind of revealing his position, but then look at the combination with him. And koldamenta's still around. They're so good at this. Heretics, you better be ready. You better have a plan in mind, because this is exactly what ACEND want to be doing. Now, nukkye put to task in a 1v4. nukkye trying to creep up on this.
Well, that blind didn't catch.
Good, no, it didn't. But he's going to take the shot on this. Didn't try and wrap further. Touches the spike. I'm gonna hear the steps, and you can see the hesitation, the consideration, but cNed cares not. Look at this man. Towards heaven, no rush on this. Flash out towards long, gonna at least split this attack in half. Good damage on towards koldamenta, might get them a swing on it. starxo gonna keep this safe though. No, finally broken through on RUBINO, the classic CS player coming online here, and now as cNed wants back in though, he's feeling brave about this. He's peeking this like it's all his, but there's the first. cNed finds pAura. Okay, game back on. Oh, dearie me. And no rifles recovered yet either. I'm just seeing those sheriffs still out and about. This is still a problematic round. nukkye's done well though. BONECOLD gonna keep it together. Keep your eyes on the ultimate. RUBINO has to be the one to stand and deliver a tag. But where's the stop? None of it to be found. cNed's holding this, and now he's just gonna post up. BONECOLD, don't go defend me, put your body on the line, and he does. Heretics make it dangerous, but ACEND still keep their players alive and the round in their favor. Kind of make it a little bit tricky to find those initial angles. It can be used not necessarily like a flash, but it will force them away from a free pick. AvovA forced away from the rotation, but nukkye tried to trade that. BONECOLD is still there. Good for one, but the trade didn't quite come through in time. cNed with an uncharacteristic miss opens up a chance. And now finally, Heretics break through. There are 2 players left, but what can they do with this? koldamenta and starxo called upon. Seekers go out.
Oh, and actually AvovA did have an angle onto starxo though as he tries to swing off that Seekers, but
trying.
It might be the play, honestly.
Get out of there, bud. Get a run on. There it is. Save the op. Get back around towards B. Should be safe. Should be fine. They'll get filtered back through. Now, piece of cover, but look at the funnel here. It's tricky to play back towards the side. BONECOLD gonna try it. Has a little look, draws out the peak from long. There's still the player tucked on the corner on site. He just lean around, but the adjustment, BONECOLD only good for one. nukkye's still alive and doing well. And cNed, he's actually still taking this fight. The op, he doesn't care. He wants the round. He's not gonna get it. HERETICS showing the value on this execution.
For this A control. cNed, oh, there you go. Gets the reset.
How can you miss it?
No!
He's as quick as lightning! Finds them in a split second! Oh, another! No, it's kiles.
Thank God.
Oh, okay,
Thank God.
okay, I need to breathe. I need a second. nukkye, can you clutch this or something so I can stop just staring at cNed destroy your team?
Solidify their position on site.
It's a really nice kind of counter to what could have been the counter play, which would be take garage, take long control. cNed takes AvovA's life, dashes away and dips back now towards that progress on long, and they need the timing to be right. They also need the garage player and the CT player to stay alive, and they've done that. BONECOLD finding RUBINO is big, and now it's down to just loWel. Now he's not gonna much. The timing's atrocious. He's trying to isolate a fight. He's desperate to find one, and no one is giving it away for free. Brim's trying to build, but starxo, the timing, they're right there, right at the very verge of this one, and BONECOLD wants it. Back in we go, kiles finds one, over on the trade, but this should be ACEND shutting this down.
Yep. Plant will come through, but RUBINO and pAura, yeah, the tall order. cNed gonna shut down pAura as well, so RUBINO just left on site. We'll find one, but starxo quick with the trade. Couple on site here lingering, so it's gonna be really difficult for ACEND to dig them out. But here you go, the Seekers come through. They're gonna explode with a flash, potentially. There starxo comes in.
kiles finds loWel. BONECOLD on the playback through. AvovA's found one, but cNed again just turns that off into a shotgun. But the flank, the adjustment, that's not bad for pAura. He does try and get some value for this. And now just cNed left alive in a 1v2. Timing is everything. Spots one! He gets nukkye!
Oh my
RUBINO stays alive! cNed. Now, timing's a factor. He's one away from getting his knives out. And he's going to get that one. Finds RUBINO, and now it's time if he wants to do it, and he's popped it. nukkye's aware of where he is, so the spike plant's going to come in. The post plant gets a bit dicey because they don't have now eyes towards long either, and now ACEND can start trying to rebuild back through this.
That's a big kill, though. It's RUBINO with the Hunter's Fury. He was going to play deep and rely on that ultimate. kiles actually going to swing out, find loWel, I guess through the smoke there. Yeah, nukkye didn't even get the showstopper off. Look at this, he burst up. cNed going to clean up the round. pAura falls.
This is a great defensive side. Potentially call for some support on the way, but
gonna challenge.
Should have a fair fight on this one. This should be a fair site take. AvovA's found koldamenta for free. That's incredible work from AvovA. Out of nowhere, finding two. Keeps control of the spike as well. Supports en route. This is everything you'd want.
But how did they not just get that kill there? The flash comes through. It's perfect, but nukkye cleaned things up in a flawless pistol round from HERETICS.
Now, timing, they're pretty late in the round. We've got 26 seconds. Gotta try and make this work. AvovA just spray and pray, and the prayers are answered in the form of nukkye. Two big kills. BONECOLD and kiles go down. cNed trying to be the equating factor, and he has found one. Looks for the follow-up, swaps him towards CT. The quick fight, he needs it. 13 seconds. Out of bullets, has to hit the reload. Spike to be planted. This is super dangerous. starxo is very low here. Does have heal if needs it. And now already pAura's found him, though. koldamenta and cNed, the big duo. And there we go. Down to RUBINO, try and play back in. The tags are good now. They do get the round win, but they lose a lot of rifles for that. Whatever happened, it was perfect for them, and now they do get a 5v5 post plant. This retake through garage is going to get messy. Look at the amount of bodies being brought into this. That's one for starxo, that's two for kiles. And now here we go. ACEND finding it, but nukkye answers back towards koldamenta. loWel now looks for his way in, but this is a shutdown. HERETICS finally make it work, but it's BONECOLD left with the 1v1. But look at the HP. He just scored so low. This could work out. BONECOLD onto the rifle, but they are both so low. Oh, he's missed his shot, and now the dance around the site happens. BONECOLD dies, and loWel just about has enough time on this.
I honestly thought there was no way HERETICS could get back in there. I mean, the crossfire and garage on the window. They catch kiles as well, lurking back over towards lobby. Now, ACEND have reset back in, so look for AvovA to be the one to weaken this setup. It does nukkye and AvovA strike at exactly the same time. Look at this from HERETICS. It's beautiful. cNed still with the Blade Storm. What can he get done? He gets the first, he gets the second. Okay, no more, please. Thank you, AvovA. Let's shut him down.
Good work, AvovA.
Oh,
Nothing. Okay, 5v4 again. Post plant comes in. This has to be some good crossfires set up in motion. There's a lot of utility still with the Heretics side to play retake, and they still got nukkye leading the way. That's one, that's two. The third evades, but pAura on the trade. And now BONECOLD all alone. Dead and gone. Heretics. Lovely retake. Very smart. Just messing with my smart approach, making it very difficult by all means. koldamenta. It's a tag. TP comes out. And away we go. pAura though. Oh, this is going to be a huge reveal. That's a spike loss too. The timing though. It gets caught in the mayhem of it all. kiles finds him. Now if they get this, then this game on. Was that an ult pop from cNed? No way. Am I just going crazy? But the wrap from BONECOLD is anything but... Oh! A stunner! And out of nowhere, ACEND just elevate the gameplay. RUBINO's been noted. There's no way he could do this. The spikes recover 10 seconds. They're making a mad dash towards B. Has RUBINO read this, though? Already disengaging away from heaven. He's considering the B plant. He's got the ultimate! Oh, he's got the kill!
Oh my god.
They're checking towards long. They re-aggress through middle. Is this going to be a mad B hit? You're right, that wall's still in place. The lurk from BONECOLD could have been big, but it's not. It falls by the wayside. AvovA catches. And now in towards B we go. Spike needs to go down. 9 seconds, 8. koldamenta denies anyone pressuring. Tries to stay on point. But there we go. The pressure comes in at the right time. cNed, can he survive? The answer probably is going to be a resounding no. No, absolutely not. RUBINO finds him, and that op gets taken away.
I was just out, even though they've got the spike down. I mean, they're looking like they want to play it aggressively. And actually, the paranoia is so good. But AvovA will trade back on with a headshot. BONECOLD finds one of his own. AvovA again. pAura closes it out. I love that there. Playing that aggressively is absolutely the right decision. The paranoia, perfect. There you go. Seekers go through. Not we see any aggression here, but it's going to force Heretics back for the time being. Now keep an eye. If nukkye finds a kill, showstopper comes up.
This is big work. RUBINO's found 2. cNed's still there. kiles still holding on. It's a 3v2. Still loWel and RUBINO need to make this one work, and pretty fast. RUBINO grabs it out of nowhere. And now just koldamenta left alive. You might have thought the ultimate was enough, but no. It comes down to loWel to keep safe from that high gross. He tries to get the diffuser, but loWel dives on in and should be able to get this the rest of the way. Heretics finding form even against some of the best plays I've seen coming out from ACEND. The sixth man. We often see the discussion come through, but never this actuality of it. nieSoW already finds BONECOLD as a beginning. Bit of a maybe resounding start to things, but let's find out how this now knocks on forward. ACEND just kind of dice up middle as best they can, but already you're going to see a little bit more action on the flank. nieSoW and nukkye just completely corner them in, and koldamenta, guys, I made it to yellow. I'm on site. Ooh.
This is noted, not long for this world, and I mean, there you go.
Itself, depending a great deal on kiles to create space. 10 seconds now. loWel, I wonder if he's going to be willing to offer up for this one. Already going to make it this far. cNed denies RUBINO. That's a big pickup. And now the post plant. kiles up on top. Going to find one. Finds 2. And they stabilize with 3 alive. Viper in the post plant. BONECOLD still has very much the availability to make this deadly. And the bait out on using that ultimate. Now still, this time being ball here. Keep your eyes on BONECOLD. Spike gets tapped, whereas that utility one just got into play. And BONECOLD with the 3k to close out. Denies the defuse and closes the round. We're back all even. To this all of information found towards B. I'm sure the temptation to try and close the net is there. nukkye's in a bit of a spot of bother, but finds a way out by getting a quick kill. Looks for the second. He gets a second, and now falls away from this. Reyna always looking dangerous on this map. Forcing the ult out of koldamenta now. He needs to get back in this. This one's looking a little rough around the edges. Suddenly, things aren't going so well. Forcing a res to come out too. This is already an expensive round.
Very expensive indeed. Oh. cNed finds that headshot. And
A piece. Now that's definitely confirmed it. nukkye is so low. Investment of another ultimate. This is a huge economy round, at least on the ultimate case. nieSoW finds another. BONECOLD's gone, but while this happens, a couple of kills were found elsewhere. starxo finds nukkye, and now the 3v3 begins. AvovA still has that shotgun, but starxo is just absolutely enamored with the idea of converting this round. He's not accepting anything other than success, and AvovA left in the 1v3 now. And the chances become very, very small.
might find ahead of cNed, but he will find it first. Connects with that one. ACEND.
Now my eyes instantly turn towards the likes of AvovA and loWel to create this kind of I guess, impromptu crossfire that's a little unorthodox. Spike does go down, but you do still see the kills coming through, and there it is. AvovA and nukkye actually finding the kills towards ACEND, and now kiles called upon with starxo to try and defend this.
Player standing.
Oh no, the boombot actually gets rid of starxo. kiles now on a 1v3. You got to find another kill and quick, because the closer and closer they get, the harder it gets. He's actually going to pluck nieSoW out of the skies. Two bullets left. Get the reload.
No, he doesn't.
Oh.
No, he doesn't.
Did he cancel?
Yeah, I think a little early. He's way further ahead than expected. The difference maker, well, it has to be nieSoW, right? The res comes out, and now we have a 4v4. This could be a big deny. Doesn't quite find them. Spike can be planted now in the open. BONECOLD again. Out of nowhere. What a perfect lurk from him.
Beautiful stuff. cNed still Blade Storm in hand, but now to have a really nice position on yellow here. Oh, RUBINO's got himself stuck in Snowman, I'll be honest. On the side of HERETICS, there's not an awful lot of utility to really dig him out. No smoke or anything. BONECOLD with the lineup. Snakebite. 3 or 4 second hang time there. So going to run the clock down. cNed going to find RUBINO, which is back to the blades. Tries the headshot. nukkye falls. There's one man left standing as loWel, and he's trying to backtrack, but starxo there to greet him.
So it wasn't like it had no bite to it. nieSoW, loWel, and nukkye still finding a way back through if possible. cNed on 3. BONECOLD does take one for himself. And nukkye, the last player alive, shouldn't. Pardon?
Excuse me?
cNed?
He actually just
Pardon?
He just hit him with the wall bang through the box.
Clearly having a couple of technical issues, guys. Do not worry. Hopefully this will be resolved nice and quickly for you all at home. We can have a little watch back of, as said, moments before devastation. nukkye just tearing apart ACEND like it was easy. Above aces happening. Side take's going to come through. This has been secured well enough by BONECOLD to at least get the spike towards the site. See cNed controlling middle. No one expecting him to still be around there. Even finds another. nieSoW's got it. And this is gorgeous work from ACEND. Instantly biting back with a flawless round. Ultimate being invested on a couple of fronts here as well. Spike to be planted. No, starxo just up and over finds AvovA. The trade comes out for loWel. Spike yet to be planted. They paused for a second because, as you can see, HERETICS are just tearing them apart. BONECOLD, he thought he'd done enough, but apparently not. And now there's threats everywhere. Has to work his way through this, but the shots are never ending. But he finds one towards nieSoW. Next target, anyone else daring to walk into his world? He doesn't need to. nukkye waited on the outside. Hypok, this could be sick.
Good. I mean, they've got it boxed in here. They're not going to be able to set back up. RUBINO actually ready for it, but cNed comes through, finds a lot of damage, but it's HERETICS to draw first blood and find a second.
This is big, though, from kiles up above. Gets one, but it's traded out on. The numbers are still favorable towards HERETICS. They have the numbers to play these trades, but there is still one man alive that I have to look towards in these, and it will be cNed. He gets one. There's a trade again. koldamenta now put in towards the 1v2, and it's not going to happen. HERETICS get what they need, even after being closed in on, hunted down on all fronts. Complex about it to begin with. koldamenta is here. There are still 3 players, almost make it 4. Waiting on this. This is just one side being taken. koldamenta finds RUBINO, and it's kiles just playing these corners so well on the Reyna. AvovA the only one to find one back, and kiles again double dips and finds some more. But it is still the 2v2, and nukkye is still alive. Let's see what he can do with this. Spike to hand, and BONECOLD far away enough that they have to hit the brakes for a second. starxo cannot go in alone now. They have done well in this, and if loWel got the upgrade,
that's huge.
to press onto nieSoW. This is mad. That's a 3v2 now.
One kill on the showstopper as well. If nieSoW can find it here with the buck, he does escape from starxo. He has the paint shell, so he can potentially play a lineup here to get them off the defuse as well. This is looking really good for HERETICS. Looking even better now.
BONECOLD got the trade, and nieSoW gets it. That's the bonus round coming through as well. ACEND should be worried now.
Through mid, potentially behind BONECOLD, but this man with a sheriff, never count him out. Actually, he can sit behind yellow. As long as he doesn't show here, it's going to, like I said, it's going to force loWel to keep searching. He goes for another one, he gets the first tag. This is huge from BONECOLD.
This is sick. Just puts this off to his left, forces the fight if they want it towards the right side. Giving this up a little to RUBINO, but he goes back in, and nieSoW's found 2. BONECOLD's found 3, though. BONECOLD going beyond expectations, and nieSoW left in the 1v3. 30 seconds. Spike is not to hand, and he needs his kill. The timing's right. He gets BONECOLD. He can't find the other, and out of nowhere,
Massive
ACEND turn it around. BONECOLD, what a player. But he's going in for more. nukkye still looking as well, trying to catch this flank coming in, but BONECOLD does go down. The trade comes in. koldamenta above. HERETICS now down 2 in this. loWel still watching for the lineup. Oh, this is huge work from HERETICS. Maybe this is enough. It is.
Oh my word. Hunter's Fury as well, so they're going to look to retake control here. BONECOLD will get the best of AvovA. To a 3v4 now. He's got to be careful. RUBINO playing very close underneath, lands the headshot. koldamenta will find one of his own, but difficult for them to really crack this. starxo actually going to invest the res here. cNed back on his feet.
Oh, and just walks into the open. Timing's going to be a factor. This is a 2v2 now. Make it a 1v2. cNed may be alive, but the round feels decided. I don't think he's got time on this, and I think he knows that too. It's time to back away. HERETICS gonna make it to double digits.
On B, the Viper will actually block in line of sight. cNed did actually get sight of one there. nukkye does a lot of damage, and nieSoW will fall in response.
starxo, he's on the defuse right now. He's got it
Hello.
over halfway. No one's stopping this. The wall's in the way. No one can deny it. He turns around. He gives him the back, and he gets the defuse.
Oh my god. I mean, I was just about to credit HERETICS. The Viper wall and the Sage wall behind it, it completely blocks line of sight. And look at this. Just nobody challenges the wall. It's able to reinforce fully, and then he sticks it.
This time around, sees the work building towards A, but it's the same old story. It's the same big old hit. nieSoW leading the fray this time. The Viper wall goes up, trying to divide this site, and cNed feeling pretty pressured here. Has to fall away from this. BONECOLD taking some damage, taking a lot of damage. And 2 beginning frags. RUBINO found cNed. It's down to 3 already. starxo isolated. RUBINO's got him murdered. And now just kiles and koldamenta left to try and keep this together. Otherwise, this is 11.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
Actually, now it's just kiles left standing, and HERETICS just bounced back once again. It just the pace change from HERETICS every single time. It looks like ACEND just.
The hunt begins.
I don't think they can do anything about this. I'm looking towards cNed. I'm looking towards anyone who can do something to try and dissuade this round. As it stands. What else are you going to see? AvovA gets the challenge on one cNed on the trade. No one else can offer themselves up for a trade, though. So this just has to be the gun at his side. A little bit of pressure comes in. cNed tries to make a mad dash, but it's kiles to find the kill. And hold on, BONECOLD has found one out of nowhere, but the answer comes in the form of loWel, still holding down that middle connector. Looking for more targets. A 2v2 presented now. nieSoW finds one. The trade out comes in. Now kiles left in the 1v2.
It's so close as well. loWel down on 15 HP. Potentially, if he gets that kill, he can wipe the res as well.
Match
A
point.
HERETICS now. Map point, championship point here. If loWel's able to get that heal off on him. Oh, kiles finds the wallbang. RUBINO will fall now. That gives the man advantage over to ACEND. cNed will find nieSoW also.
Massive work. It's down to just AvovA and loWel if they want to close it out in this round at least. This feels as though ACEND have at least weathered the storm. Find the moment just right. Wall goes up, gives him maybe a chance at an angle, but you can see kiles considering what to be done, and there's nothing to be done now, as it's AvovA left in the 1v4. And it looks like ACEND have stabilized. There is the kill that comes towards cNed. Another would be something else, but it's not. Double digits now made for ACEND. They stay alive. cNed is going to try and be proactive in this, joined by kiles. We've got the ultimates being popped on pretty much everywhere possible. nieSoW's trying to get further ahead from this. There's no easy start to it. He finally finds an opportunity, finds it. starxo goes down, but keep in mind the flank. That is still slowly closing in, but a player advantage needs to make this speed up. You can see them trying to close the gap, and they do. cNed finds nukkye. kiles finds RUBINO. The flank, it's working out like a dagger in the back. This could be 11, but still the spike is planted. Time is ticking.
koldamenta now try and dig AvovA out of this corner. He's the man to look for, because whilst this ultimate's up, it makes it so difficult for ACEND to retake. BONECOLD going to find one. nieSoW responds onto BONECOLD.
This ultimate could be the death of them. That's going to be one. He needs more. He needs 2 more. The ultimate's still there. This is tricky, though. He's going to dip back in. He's not on the spike anymore. And cNed's got him. It's going to be 11 on the board.
It's not challenged, but kiles straight away goes through Tries to get behind, and cNed now gonna come back behind. Actually loses out. nukkye finds it. This gives Heretics an awful lot of control here. But look at that. koldamenta, kiles, they respond.
There's still 3 alive. They're all tucked in. starxo finds one. The trade comes out. nukkye and nieSoW left alive in a 2v3. Desperate to hold on to this. This is a good position for nieSoW, but he can't get it. BONECOLD comes back in.
This is huge.
And now, the 1v3 for nukkye. Does he get spotted? Has he been considered? It looks as though there's one in front. He finds the first, but BONECOLD on the defuse now. He's going to have to find a way to deny this. Oh, he does! And now the 1v1 koldamenta keeps it together. And we keep going. Spike down 10 seconds now. koldamenta, they're all there to try and support him. Oh, AvovA almost had the angle in it, but it's BONECOLD to find it. ACEND lock this down, and nukkye left in a 1v4. Spike planted. The first target seen. Looks for a second, gonna find the chance, and then what? He doubles down, kiles goes, and now a 1v2.
No way.
They're still trying to fight this. He's gonna check the close up. He's got another, and now the 1v1. He's gonna try and get this to half. No, he's gonna suffer through the damage, gets to halfway, has to dip off. He's found the way to do this though, and now he's gonna force the fight. You've got to get on this.
Oh my word. It's RUBINO above him. nukkye loud actually creeping. starxo going to be here to creep him. He will fall initially. It's a big kill. Stop this split coming through.
They're on the verge of doing this. The trades are coming in. It is down to loWel and RUBINO to do something about this. A 2v3 presented to try and close down right now, taken to another OT. loWel going to try and divide a new path forward. kiles has found them. This is incredible stuff from ACEND, just digging so deep. I cannot believe that they have this much in the tank still left for them. Spike recovered, but surrounded on all fronts. loWel, he knows that he's under so much scrutiny. Another angle check, the spike toyed with, but there it is! koldamenta on the side! And ACEND! I do not believe the resolve these boys have.
For ACEND to come through and brute force this. The Lear comes through, it's perfectly placed, but nobody checks. nukkye finally traded out, but a 2 for 2. Now, loWel and AvovA left to hold down the fort. kiles, he finds the first. He's on for the 4-piece, he finds it! The headshot onto AvovA. Plenty of time to come through for the defuse.
Now looking towards this, there's a lot of presence down here. There's a lot of players on the other side, not as clean as you'd want, and this forces back ACEND. Oh no, a fumble. nukkye's found cNed, and now they're stuck in towards this awkward fight where it's bloodied and brutal. And nukkye's won 2 of these. And he's going to continue forward. koldamenta needs to back away, but where do you get to? They've hit the brakes for a second, and this is why.
Well, actually, this is a huge win. AvovA elsewhere going to find BONECOLD. That's the lurk on completely other side of the map here. koldamenta will find one. The Nano Swarm just blocking off his escape, but he's got a corner to play. But like I said, that kill on the other side of the map, AvovA going to have all the time and space to do whatever he wants. koldamenta, 5 HP in a dream.
Forward. Now, the players who were on short towards tree have actually fallen back towards site, and the timing is curious, but exceptionally good for ACEND to at least find pAura, but there's that reflex coming in from short. loWel does very well to stay alive here. Now, where is that spike coming through? It will eventually cross once they've cleared towards backside, smoke out towards heaven. This is going to be tough to play back in on. This should be a spike plant without too much of a problem.
I mean, actually not going to be able to get a kill on the way in. loWel actually going to get pAura back on. So, man advantage going over to Heretics here. Over though in a dirty spot. Oh, he just jumps at the wrong time. cNed going to pick it up. It brings it back to a 3v3 now. Everybody boxed into main.
Position. Yeah, imagine if they still had that wall. That could change things up. They have so little left. It's just cNed with a little bit of utility. But now here we go. The trades come out. And it all comes down to loWel. And what a way to hold this one through. In approach, but I'm not that surprised.
Ooh, nearly landing that one. cNed will respond onto pAura elsewhere. BONECOLD also. Man advantage goes to ACEND.
Making this so tricky. This is so filthy. Look on the back. Oh no, that's 2. cNed, here we go. And the narrative changes, doesn't it? When everything looked so good, but loWel, out of nowhere, digs them out of a hole. starxo and koldamenta, making this harder work for cNed, who's ready. Knife at his side. loWel predicts it. He stays alive, but 29 HP now. Cut to pieces. Now the 1v1 becomes so intense. Timing is a huge factor in all of this. 30 seconds. For him to get his heel back, and the spike is left towards B main, but look at the flank coming out from cNed. loWel's internal clock is starting to predict this and consider this! But the timing is sublime for cNed, and you could never write him out!
Ooh, actually a swing and a miss. The paranoia going to slow things down initially. He's going to get that smoke off as well. His teammates there, koldamenta, ready to bail him out. The three-piece, can he close it out? He does indeed. The ace for koldamenta. He had a rough time on Icebox, but steps up early on in ACEND already.
Do with this. I'm looking towards cNed. How does he play this one out? The flank will be on the way. He's still sticking around. He still gets his kill. RUBINO gets sliced to pieces. And now here we go. In we are. One player does get detained for this, but the spike's en route.
AvovA managed to slip his way through. He finds cNed there, but no response comes through. There's still a 4v4.
Can they hold for a second or two, allow this big flank to come into action? RUBINO's worried about it. He's right to be worried about it, but he finds one. The trade comes out. kiles is there, ready, locked, loaded. The retake now becomes dicey for the now team in the post-plant scenario. Look at this flank coming in. koldamenta, desperate for the shot. starxo shows him how it's done. That's one. The second, no. pAura still finds kiles. And AvovA.
How they hold on to that.
Most dangerous positions, only that sheriff beside him, but they're cornered. And now timing is everything, because keep in mind,
no.
pAura will be cresting it soon. That's one, that's two, the third, the third, BONECOLD! Destroys the opponents, and pAura's timing just falls by the wayside. He has to go big right back, and he's doing just that. Two found, two more. Swings on it, one,
No way! Oh.
Now with a couple more rounds, but on the other side, the economy's in a little bit of a state, but last time they gave them an opportunity in koldamenta. Doing the dirty work through the wall, just finding them free, and cNed's closing the gap. This is just filthy stuff.
ACEND with the perfect pinch. Absolutely textbook. AvovA now, frenzy in hand. Not an awful lot left to do, and ACEND strike once more.
Killjoy still able to buy some time here. RUBINO getting ready for this one. He knows that there's now problem coming his way. Gonna send down one shock dart, hope for the best. kiles puts his life on the line. He will die for this if he has to, but he may not need to. koldamenta on the trade. The defuse never was in question. They're desperate to find this bit of information. 3 players towards hell. They're all sat down towards his cNed. He goes for the ultimate. He's going for this one. There's one. He needs a little bit more here, though. There's still that post-claw. Oh, pAura. He's dead and gone, and LOL called upon to clutch. 2 players on the face, and it's BONECOLD and cNed. The MVPs for me for ACEND. Almost cost koldamenta his life, but now a bit of a pause for thought here. How do they get back in? How do they get this spike out of enemy hands?
Oh, that was just such an unfortunate timing. And now they're gonna go straight into the arrow and getting wrecked through the wall. RUBINO, will you pull it off? He found the small crack in the wall, but there's a second wall. Feels like icebox.
Yeah, rolling it back a map, and HERETICS had to fight hard for that one. May not fancy remembering that anytime soon. 30 seconds to play with, and RUBINO has a fair crack of utility to play with. There's a player towards the back by Boathouse, spots out him. Now there's 2 towards the site, 1 close, 1 towards the boxes itself. It's towards a new angle.
Maybe it's worth just saving this gun, maybe picking up that operator, but he goes for it. What I'm talking about is the last round. Obviously, you have to go for it. On mid, doors are closed, so they cannot go through to market without making noise. In the meantime, cNed just gets a kill like that. What?
Imagine being cNed. Must be nice. Just walk around, find the kill. pAura gonna walk the smoke, but it's already met BONECOLD once in. This is their highlight reel all day long. I thought it finished in the previous half, but no, carries right on in.
ACEND on ACEND has to be theirs, right? RUBINO with the kill with the one headshot, but can he do more? pAura?
He's gonna have to.
pAura is looking, but he has 2 people in wine. There's no way. He didn't need even the second person to double peek with him.
This is double digits for ACEND.
But wait, they're waiting still. The
time.
3 seconds. The time is 15 seconds left, and AvovA gets the backs up.
Oh no!
No way!
koldamenta's here.
It worked on the second.
10 seconds.
So much damage being dealt.
It's 10 seconds, koldamenta and cNed to try and keep this one together. It's all on cNed now. If they want to do this right here, right now, no! HERETICS, stay alive for another round.
Invested
Look.
for ACEND.
Can someone just add the like DLC of when cNed pops his ult, the doom music starts playing because you know there's danger now building, even in a round like this. koldamenta finds AvovA, and this was the chance for the build back for Heretics, but it has to be perfect. cNed's on the side. pAura finds BONECOLD, looks for another, gets another. pAura digging deep on this. cNed called upon to try and dissuade this turnaround, but no. He runs out of all of the options here, tries to just back away from this for a second and see if they can re-aggress down short. That spike is making a mad dash. cNed, you didn't have the spike, your body does, but maybe you can just slip through towards middle, maybe try and catch a rotation here and all this madness, but he's only got the classic to work with.
And pAura already going to get all the way back through spawn, and there you go. RUBINO holding that angle as down. cNed gets shuts down. koldamenta, Bucky in hand. He does find the first. loWel will fall. Recon gonna ping. No, he doesn't. He managed to avoid it, but they know exactly where he's at. RUBINO closes this one out.
Hold for now. nukkye on that slow, meticulous flank trying to come around. Now, a lot of the post plant is still towards the side, so cNed could be the first man forward, but pAura looks to be his kryptonite for now. The trade's still good, though. kiles still there, and there's still a 3v2. Make it just one, as it's all down to kiles. It's AvovA on the play back in, and Heretics needed him in the past, and they might need him again. Main, this is where things can get a little bit pressured. No crumble yet. nukkye still fine, takes down BONECOLD. RUBINO the next to try and keep that pressure in the right place to not get flustered. And oh, that's something that's going to put you in the wrong place. Somehow cNed finds two. The res invested. They have to keep this together. And Heretics say no, none more of this. We are done with your nonsense. And they lock it down again. 3 alive has been above expectation. cNed going to go in with just one of those knives flung down. So now they know, but cNed's going to be met by a great deal of utility. Breaks through on short and finds nothing. Now the spike has been lost. pAura's done his work. Incredible utility work that is. And now here we go. There goes the ultimate. AvovA finds cNed, and that's going to be that ultimate shut down. This is like a huge deny. Heretics have found their form. And there it is. Another one falls in the right place for them. Gap. Time begins to dwindle. pAura has been a huge factor for Heretics on this playback through, but it's loWel this time. There's pAura finding his form, but cNed's still going to try and equal this one out with his pick towards loWel. On towards the side, they see it, but cNed, that's one, that's two, the third falls into play, and cometh the time, cometh the man. cNed refusing to relent again and again.
cNed with the ace to put ACEND on their 12th round.
Match point.
Oh my word. Try and follow up on this. pAura still tucked behind generator. Swings out. BONECOLD gonna fall. koldamenta actually trades that out now. So 2v4 for ACEND. And they get another no. AvovA stands strong once again on that position, and he will clean it out. The 3-piece from him if they choose to. Like B's the play.
The way in has been crafted, but it gets shut down. That's a rifle now gone, filters through towards kiles. So far, no success. This is really good from Heretics. Calm, under scrutiny, held themselves together. They make it to double digits. They do. Spike to be planted. I'm not seeing anything stopping this. Now I'm looking for that late lurk Miggle from cNed. Here comes the ultimates coming out as well, but look at this lurk coming through. If cNed wins this, they're in problems, but no, nukkye keeps them safe. There is safety in numbers as they double down. kiles now falls. The retake is on. koldamenta, BONECOLD, and starxo want to close it down now, but they might not be able to. AvovA refusing to relent, and he forces koldamenta away to a deeper angle, but meets his maker. And now the 4v2. starxo down below with one. Oh no! Is history repeating itself? starxo wants in, and now he holds the line, and now just the 1v1. loWel has to save the day, and he might just do it.
I will not die here.
loWel is going to try and go for this revive. I mean, he has to, right? They have to try and secure here. Look at it. The 3-man push comes through. It's only AvovA here in tree. They're trying to solidify around this position.
The mid retake. They're going back on the fight. kiles is there. He's found nukkye again. There's no more res available.
Oh my God.
Fallen. It's all crumbling in middle. cNed leads through towards the side. RUBINO's picked up koldamenta. It's still on. This is scrappy. This is a brawl, and a 3v3 begins. cNed once more, but he immediately receives the barrel of the gun, but BONECOLD right there ready for the trade. He looks for the second. He gets another, and now RUBINO with it all to do. Otherwise, this falls to pieces and ACEND. Pick up the victory. This is everything for RUBINO.
It comes down to the 6th man, right down to the wire. 1v2, both players tucked all the way back in sight. He's waiting on this recon, I'm pretty sure. Look at the double face comes through. BONECOLD lands it.
Attackers win.
They've done it. They've actually gone and done it. ACEND managed to take down Heretics after going all the way, the distance in front of them. A true upset in the making. This is what dreams are made of for these boys, and I cannot believe the performance we've seen from them today.